Released in 1987, several years after it had been filmed, is O.C. and Stiggs by Robert Altman. This strange teen comedy stands out in amongst a kind of varied filmography that he has. It's such a weird film which I don't think completely works, yet I found captivating. As a comedy, it wasn't very funny, but there's a quirky nature to this one that kept me addicted to the film, that wanted to see what kind of craziness was going to turn up next.
Just OC is fine. It stands for out of control.
Mm-hmm. And you're Mark.
Yes.
Mind if I call you Mark?
I want you to call me Stiggs. It sounds more ridiculous.
We follow two characters, O.C. and Stiggs, people who have been lifelong friends that kind of formed this union that nobody's ever going to come between. But as things may transpire, it may happen. O.C.'s grandfather had an insurance policy. Unfortunately, the policy has not been upheld, and he is going to have to go in a home, which means O.C. is going to have to leave, go somewhere else. O.C. and Stiggs just won't put up with that, so they decide that the people that own the insurance policy, the Schwabs, must pay.
Why are you two so concerned with these Schwabs?
No, it's Schwab.
Yes.
And we pretty much have these characters causing as much upheaval to this family as they possibly can. It feels like it should be funnier than it is, but even though it doesn't, the humour doesn't hit home, the quirkiness and unusual nature of the film kept me hooked on what was going to happen next. From the garish production design to the outlandish characters to the caricatured Schwabs, it all came together and made me really enjoy this quirky film. And I know this has a really kind of interesting history behind it. Didn't know how to market it, didn't know when to release it. It was put on the shelf for a number of years. When it did come out, nobody really understood where it was going. Even the filmmaker himself said it didn't quite work.
Hey Randall, what do you have there? A new toy. It's better than Legos.
But I really liked O.C. and Stiggs as characters. I found their bond, the way they tackled everything, the kind of aloof nature of which they rebelled was really, really endearing. The quirky nature of the film and the absurdist touches that are in this made me love it even more. Watching these characters do some more the most ridiculous things were never laugh out loud funny to me, but they were endearing. They made me love the characters even more. These are characters that I wanted to win. I liked their shenanigans. It didn't matter that the plot was a little coincidental and silly things just happen for the sake of happening. How some of the bigger, grander moments don't have the thrills that they should have, and the more kind of, again, quirky oddity nature to them. But man, I thought this one was incredibly entertaining.
Wino Bob.
Wino Bob.
Wino Bob.
Good old wino.
Wine's nice. Gotta know how to handle it.
Particularly, I loved the production design. I loved the Stiggs house, where it's just covered in cacti all over the place. Their food is cacti-like. It's just odd, but something that is pretty to look at, that's funny to see interact with, and how it causes such a kind of dangerous lifestyle. How people willingly choose to have all this cacti around the house, even though it's constantly pricking the people who live there. Seeing the way that O.C. and Stiggs just interact together, their kind of little friendship circle, the people they meet along their journey, and how they mess with the Schwabs was, well, not laugh out loud funny, but funny, quirky, weird, different. It's an unusual film, a hard one to really tie down, because it's all about a feeling that it gives me. It feels like a teen comedy through the prism of someone that doesn't really understand teen comedies and tries to put a little bit more of a story into it, a little bit more characterisation into it, a hell of a lot of thought on the production design and the colour of the outfits and the sort of vehicles and some of the wilder characters that populate this. One, you get Melvin Van Peebles as a wino, you get Dennis Hopper as a Vietnam vet who's war damaged as well. Lots of familiar faces pop up, and they're all welcome additions. None of them feel particularly new. They all feel to be playing with tropes, but yet at the same time they're still welcome. It's a strange oddity, this film, how it simultaneously can be rather abrasive in what it's going about, but endearing at the same time.
This little bastard, he's certified bona fide crazy, man.
O.C. and Stiggs is not a movie that I can say, go and check this out, you're going to love it. I think it's going to fit a certain amount of people who are willing to give it a chance, and although it may not deliver its purpose of being a laugh out loud kind of comedy, it's really interesting. It's really kind of fun, very different. I had a lot of time for O.C. and Stiggs. I can't wait to watch it again. I enjoyed this one. And the only down point I've got is that I didn't get to get further adventures of these characters that I grew to love throughout the runtime of this film. Let's dive into the disc and have a look at some of the extras here. Here we are in the disc for O.C. and Stiggs. Let's go to the special features. First up, we have The Water is Finally Blue, the untold story of Robert Altman's O.C. and Stiggs, and this is one of the best extras that Radiance have done so far. A new documentary on the making of the film featuring new and archival audio interviews with the cast, crew and more. Written and narrated by Hunter Stevenson, created exclusively for Radiance in May 2023, and this behemoth is 2 hours, 8 minutes and 47 seconds, and it flies by. It's full of wonderful information about the creation of these characters, their beginnings in National Lampoon, the excitement of getting Altman onto the film and working on it, how it almost got made with other people. This covers everything, and it is a tremendous, astounding piece of work. Next up, we have Robert Reed Altman. In this newly filmed interview, camera operator Robert Reed Altman relates his experience from the set of O.C. and Stiggs. And this is 11 minutes 21 seconds. And this is the son of Robert Altman, who talks about being put onto working on his father's films from an age of 14, and just how he kind of enjoyed working at O.C. and Stiggs, how he kind of loved the property, some anecdotes about working behind the scenes. Again, it's really kind of quick and easy. It's a great talking head. And in addition to that, we have the gallery. The booklet this time is 32 pages in length. We've got several articles on Altman in this film. My favourite is Altman on Filmmaking, which is just a kind of shorter one looking at Robert Altman's perception on various aspects of filmmaking, whether it be sound, maybe working with the actors, or on cinematography. It's just a great read, as all of them are. And that's the extras for O.C. and Stiggs. There we have it, number 18 in the Radiance range, O.C. and Stiggs. A great discovery. I like it a lot. I think it's flawed in a lot of ways, but it's highly entertaining. Sometimes you just want something that I'm looking forward to a rewatch already on this one. I can't wait to hear your comments on this one, so drop me a comment in the comment box below, whether you loved, hated, fell somewhere in the middle about this one, and we'll have a little discourse about it. There is more content up here where you can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to the Patreon, membership program and manvfilm.com, all ways in which you can support me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.